What?
It's time now for My Two Favorite Librarians. Brought to you by the Copper Tree Boutique in Dale's Grand Market, located in beautiful, historic downtown Amherst.
Hi, this is My Two Favorite Librarians. I'm Denise Corey.
I'm Chantel Taylor, and today we are talking about our
2021
reading challenges.
reading challenges.
Well, I was thinking we were talking about our reading intentions, but no.
No, we're
that's
not.
different.
That was a different show.
Reading challenges.
So we are recording this in advance. So you are in the future. Happy New Year, future you.
Happy New Year. We hope the meteors did not hit us.
We're recording this in advance because right now I am still on vacation and I am hopefully sitting on my couch in my pajamas, enjoying a nice cup of coffee right now and reading a book.
You're probably still in bed.
Probably still in bed. Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
No. Vacation. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I might be in my PJs on the couch. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So, I want to remind people that because the weather can be a bit icky this time of year, that they should check our website or call ahead if it's snowing or gross or slippery, just to make sure that we are open, because sometimes we have to close. Just a little reminder.
But just because the schools are closed doesn't mean we're closed.
No.
A lot of people assume we're the same.
No, we don't close when the schools close. And we can be closed for other reasons, like leaks in the building or any number of foolishness. Yeah. All right, so let's get on with it. Reading challenges.
Your favorite.
I love a reading challenge. Are you going to do a reading challenge this year?
I am going to do a reading challenge this year.
Oh, which one are you going to do?
I don't know if I should save it for because we're recording in advance, so we're going to be recording our Facebook Live this afternoon. And should I surprise Denise with it, or should I tell you now?
You can tell me now, and then I can forget about it, and you can tell me again this afternoon.
Okay, you won't forget about it, but that's fine. So I'm going to do the 2021 Romance Reading Challenge.
How is that a surprise?
From She Reads Romance Books.
How is that a surprise?
It's not a surprise. So what's good about this challenge is it's pretty simple, because basically it can just be one book a month.
Yes.
So each month has a theme: paranormal, sports romance.
Sports romance.
Sports romance.
How's that going to work out for you?
I've read some sports romance. I've even read some hockey.
Okay, Frisky Peavers.
You just want to drop that in wherever you can.
I think it's hilarious.
No, I've read some actual Pucked Off by Helen Hunting. I read that.
That's with a P.
Yes, it is. I've read some rugby romance.
Okay.
They're not my favorite, but if it's good, I'll read it.
Yeah.
So anyway, each month there's a different one, and then she's expanded upon that. So like, for instance, in October, it's paranormal month. So you could read a paranormal, and you could also sort of break it down. You could read a shifter romance, like the Badgers.
With Werebear, the
Yes,
Werebear Mayor.
You could read that one too. You could read a werewolf or a vampire or a fairy romance. So you can expand it to make it as detailed as you would like. Werebear. You just like to say werebear.
No, when you said werewolf, you said werewolf.
I didn't.
You did.
I didn't.
A werewolf. Now I'm all giggly. So you sent me a list of, like, a master list of reading challenges.
Yes. So this is from Girl XOXO, which I feel may be a Gossip Girl.
Yeah,
reference.
it's like yeah.
And she had a really great list of all kinds of different reading challenges that are happening in 2021.
Yeah.
So did you have some that you picked out that you wanted to talk about?
I picked out a couple, but I don't know if they're on that list or not.
Okay.
But we will post that list on Facebook.
So Denise's favorite, Pop Sugar, is on here.
Yeah.
The Book Riot Read Harder Challenge is on here. But there's also like Read Women. I think that was on there for there's a women's award.
The Women's Award is a challenge category in Pop Sugar this year, but there's Read Women, which is a monthly challenge where they're trying to encourage you to read women. And then, so the authors are women or people who identify as female gender. And then in the challenge, they want you to do different things like read an author from a specific country or so they're trying to get you to explore not only different types of books, but different types of books written by women or people who identify as women.
And similarly, there's a lot of diversity reading challenges this year where they want you to read various people of color from different countries, from different times, because there's, of course, a lot of authors that we don't learn about historically because they're Black or they're Asian.
Or, they're just not taught in our schools because they're trying to teach us about our culture, but our culture is pretty varied. So, I wrote down a couple of challenges that I looked at, but I'm planning to do the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge.
So here's one that you can participate in. It's called the Chunkster Reading Challenge.
Okay.
And the book has to be more than 450 pages.
There is category in Pop Sugar this year. One of them is to read the longest book by pages on your to read list.
So Les Mis will still count.
Les Mis. So I'm putting Les Mis into that. I'm hoping that I will read it this year.
You are reading it. You're hoping to finish it next year.
Yes.
Another one that I was slightly annoyed about, but now I'm kind of like, you know what? This could potentially be fun. And it's one that adults and their kids or like babysitters or caregivers could participate in together, and it's the Children's Book Reading Challenge for adults. So it's basically anything that's in the children's section, J, YA, whatever, and you read it, which you could then read with your kids. I think it could be a fun challenge for families to do.
Well, yeah, if you're trying to spend time with your kids and read books, I think that's a good idea. Or you could just read children's books. I'm not judging people. You want to read children's books?
I read lots of children's books, but yeah, there are some delightful children's books out there.
The reason to do a reading challenge is to give you the opportunity to try different books. It gives you ideas to reach outside of your comfort zone and not read the same old.
A lot of challenges will give you book lists or places to go to find different books that you may not realize are out there. Maybe if you're a fiction reader, try a nonfiction reading challenge, or maybe try a Crazy for Cozies if you're not a cozy mystery reader.
Well, yeah, and so you kind of touch on it too. You can join a community. So with the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, they have a group in Goodreads where they post different books that meet the challenge categories. And they also have a Facebook group. So I've joined that Facebook group and they just chat about books all the time, which is great. It gives you ideas of different things to read. And I just like to talk about books, so it's a nice outlet for me.
A lot of book bloggers and BookTube creators will have reading challenges or be participating in reading challenges. So yes, you can sign up on Goodreads for a group, but also you can go to various blogs and sign up there where you can be in maybe a slightly smaller community. Sometimes they have fancy things, like I got a fancy sheet to like mark off my romances every month.
So did you join that group and are you going to participate in it?
Probably not. I'll just do it myself. I don't like to participate.
Yeah, you don't like groups. And the important part is too, to not stress. Just do the challenge your way. Some people will use one book for multiple categories and that's their choice. I don't do that, but that's my choice. And it's not a contest. If I don't get this reading challenge done, which I have never completed it, I still try different books. I learn about different books. I see different things. To me, it's interesting. Don't stress.
No, that is important.
No stress. 2021 should be a stress-free year. Oh my goodness.
That's not going to happen, but you don't have to pile on additional stress by trying to make yourself hate something that you like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it something that's good for you.
So I have a couple more.
Yes.
That I want to talk about. The Calendar of Crime reading.
I assume that that's like mysteries or forensics.
Yes. Read 12 mysteries from each of the categories in the month. Wait, this does not make any sense. Anyway, there's a calendar of crime and you pick, there's a topic every month and you read it. So link up on the blog or use social media, and the hashtag is Calendar of Crime 2021. On the same note, and this one I really liked, was the Medical Examiner's Mystery Reading Challenge.
I know, I saw that and I thought I could not do that.
Love it. You are the medical examiner, and your goal is to issue as many toe tags as you can by reading murder mysteries and determining the cause of death of the unfortunate victims. I like it. I like it. There's a memoir reading challenge. We talked about memoirs the other day. Here's a good one. Finishing the series reading challenge.
I saw that because I start a lot of series and then don't finish them.
It's very true.
But it's because I lose interest.
And sometimes you get so far in and it really loses its steam, or it really changes direction. And it's like, oh, I don't want to know about all these additional people. I just want to know about those 5 people. The Black Dagger Brotherhood, love that series. When the books come in now, I basically just flip through and find the chapters about the original 6 and read those. And I don't read anything in between.
Yeah. So there are some series that I'm never like. The Wheel of Time series, how many books are in that now?
I don't even know what that series is.
It's fantasy, Terry Brooks.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a cajillion books at this point. Like,
and some people now. I'm still reading Stephanie Plum. She's on book
Stephanie
26, and there's no continuity really to those books, and it really is. It's like, even though you're dealing with the same characters. Like Stephanie's not getting married and she's staying the same age. And so they're very fun and silly to read. It's not like Immortals After Dark, where this whole event is getting bigger and bigger. And this like group of people is getting larger and larger.
Yeah. Stephanie Plum is still 35.
35, 27.
Sure.
27.
Here's one that I looked at that I thought would be interesting. The Uncorked Librarian.
Oh, I saw that.
She has a monthly challenge, and you know what? I'm making a gender assumption. I don't know if it's a she. They have a monthly challenge, and it's mostly about travel and multiculturalism. So a monthly challenge can sometimes be a lot easier. Not everybody reads the same amount of books in a year that I read. So not everybody wants to do a 50-book challenge. It's just too much. But a 12-book challenge, that's like, doable, right? Yeah? No? Yes? No?
Sorry, I'm looking for something else to talk about now. There's the monthly keyword reading challenge. Your task is to read at least one book each month whose title includes one or more of the keywords for that month. That could be potentially really fun. That could really lead you to if you're someone who likes to read anything, like you.
If you just pick things up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That could be a really fun
challenge. I don't
challenge.
like to read anything.
No, you're pretty good about reading.
I try to read widely.
Yes.
So I encourage you to take part in a reading challenge. And I encourage people who are taking part to post on our My Two Favorite Librarians group on Facebook and tell us about what you're doing, or follow us along. We're going to be covering several of the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge categories this year, as we have done in the past.
Yes. And if you don't want to do a challenge, if it seems too daunting, or you're like me and you only want to read like certain things, you can make up your own challenge.
Yeah, some people do that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just need that encouragement to pick up a book and read.
Yeah, not everyone, and I don't know if make it a priority is the way to say it, but sometimes just saying, you know what, I want to do that. I'm going to take half an hour every day and read a book. Maybe all the challenge, maybe it takes you a whole year to read one book.
I've been working on Les Mis since, I feel like, forever, really.
But really, it's just been
still
since
not
March.
even at page 300. So, what are you reading?
I'm not reading anything.
How are you going to do a challenge if you're not reading any?
I know. I've gotten lost over Christmas and I haven't started.
What's the first month's challenge?
The first month's challenge is to read a favorite from 2020. So I could
Wolf
go back.
Gone Wild?
Or Beard Science. I reread that in 2020. I love it.
I know you love Beard Science.
I can't wait to have a surprise. Not for you. It's for me. But in our Facebook Live.
Which
very
people can go back and watch because
yes.
it will be up on our Facebook, on the Cumberland Public Library's Facebook, because our group won't let us do a Facebook Live. I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know the technology.
So Wolf Gone Wild might be one I could reread. I'm really hoping the audiobooks come out soon.
So I'm reading Coal, A Human History by Barbara Fries.
And where does that fit into your pop sugar reading challenge?
You know what? There is a category called a book with a gem, mineral, or rock in the title.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm. I love these kind of popular history books that take a specific item and talk about how it changes the course of humanity. So in this, she's talking about how coal, it led to population growth in England. It led to the Industrial Revolution. It led to us spreading out throughout the world. Like, it's a very interesting topic to me. But you can just read it in little chunks. You don't need to sit down and read the whole history of coal. Also, I downloaded it. It's an audiobook from Overdrive. So I can just listen to it when I'm kind of puttering around the house, and I get these interesting snippets, but it's not like a whole plot. So I don't have to really focus on what people are doing. It's just like, oh, that's interesting. They banned coal for a while in England because it smells bad.
Oh, it does. The people across the street or the road from my mom and Victor, they burn coal. And I shouldn't have the windows open anyway, but I always have to have the windows open at my mother's house. It's too warm. And it stinks.
Yeah. And coal was outlawed for a while, but then they had to start using it again because they were running out of trees. England, not a huge island, not as many trees.
Probably not a lot of conservation going on at that time either.
No, there really wasn't. So I find those kind of popular history books interesting. And yes, I will check off one item on my Pop Sugar Reading Challenge list.
Nice.
Maybe this year I will finish it.
Is there any topic on the challenge that you're like, ooh, like, is there like a poetry?
There's always something that I'm like,
Okay, what's this year's?
So right now I'm trying to find an Afrofuturist book. So I'm trying to parse out the definition of Afrofuturism to make sure that I'm reading something that's within the area. And I have been looking through some lists that people have posted and trying to decide what I want to read. But it's primarily sci-fi. And while I read a bit of sci-fi, I don't like hardcore sci-fi. So I'm going to have to find something that will work for me.
So over the Christmas break, will you be plotting your...
We're in the future now, Chantal.
I know. But we said we're recording in advance. Yeah. So will you be plotting your books for the year?
I have been working out a list for the year. But that list is it's a loose idea, right? So I think, I'll read this book for this prompt. But sometimes I get reading something and think, that'll fit that prompt. So, or I change my mind, or I just don't want to read it. It changes.
Does it give you great pleasure to create that list, to start?
Looking at book lists and deciding what I want to read gives me great pleasure. I am so cool.
Look, people are out there right now with their planners, getting their washi tape and their color coordinated pens.
Yeah. And the people on the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge Facebook page, they dropped the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge on mid-December. I can't remember the date.
Yeah.
But they were hardcore planning as soon as the challenge dropped, making lists and so I've been going through those and kind of determining what things I want to read based on some of the lists they've already made.
Okay.
But some people are hardcore about making these lists, and they're trying to balance gender, and they're trying to balance different cultures, and so really
people can
hardcore.
Make it as complicated or as layered, I guess is a better word, as possible.
They can make it as layered as they want to. I don't go that deeply into it. I just kind of, in my opinion, if I think my item meets a category, then it meets a category, and I'm fine with it, because I'm just trying to encourage myself to both read more and read more widely.
So there are 50 challenges for the pop sugar.
Yep.
And
there are 12 for your romance.
Yes.
So we'll be talking about
12
those.
times 4, because each month has 4, I think.
Oh, so you can make it more complex.
Exactly.
Right? Or you could do the book list queen. She has 52 prompts to encourage you to read a book a week.
Yes, because there's 52 books in 52 weeks. Is that her challenge?
But she has specific prompts.
Oh, because there is just a general, I think, 52 books in 52 weeks.
Yeah. And there are a lot of other ones that are really simple, like read the alphabet.
Yeah.
So you read A to Z, Z, not Z, weirdo.
I was taught Z. I'm not giving it up for you.
And then you read your way through the alphabet, books with different titles. Easy peasy.
Book Challenges 2021.
I'm so excited. So, if you're unable to come to the library for whatever reason, we will mail books to you. We call that service Borrow by Mail. You can find out more information on our website, which is
www.cumberlandpubliclibraries.ca.
I know, I'm so great. Or you can give us a call. Call the Amherst Library at 902-667-2549. We also have ebooks, audiobooks, magazines, TV shows, movies, and music available for you online as electronic resources, free. All you need is a library card and an internet access. Or you can just come in and borrow books or movies or jigsaw puzzles. Just wear your mask. Stay safe, everybody.
What are we talking about next week?
Next week, we're going to talk about a book set somewhere you'd like to visit in 2021. This is aspirational. I am hoping we will get to travel again.
So are you going to be like Halifax?
No, I said it's aspirational.
Yeah, but right now that could be Halifax.
Right now, that could be Halifax.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Bye.
My 2 favorite librarians. Brought to you by the Copper Tree Boutique in Dales Grand Market, located in beautiful, historic downtown Amherst.